Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Whenever someone asks me what's the most memorable video I've ever produced, I honestly can't look past the story of Mareeba. It's the story of one of Australia's longest surviving Muslim communities that has been going on strong for over 100 years. It's a story of a people who uphold their Islam with confidence in the most remote of locations and are true beacons of what it means to be an Australian Muslim. And the reason why this story is so special to me is not because of the incredible visuals of the Australian tropics, or even perhaps Benjamin's unbelievable home garden, but rather because this is a story that hits incredibly close to home. And yes, I'm fully aware that these guys live all the way over in North Queensland and it's a 30-hour drive from Auburn. But what I'm saying is this is a story that is so central to Australian Muslim history. And it's a story that's etched into our collective identities as Australian Muslims. You see, I've lived in Australia my entire life, and this was the first time I was able to truly appreciate the immense difficulty and hardship one has to endure just to hold on to their faith in this country. You see, at the beginning of filming this documentary, it was pretty much just wholesome vibes and heartwarming encounters with Aussie Muslims towing away on the farm. I mean, taking lessons on tawakkul, reliance upon Allah from a farmer out on the Australian red dirt surely hits a lot harder than hearing it in your local khutbah. But all these moments and lessons were soon to be dwarfed by the greatest lesson of them all. You see, the biggest lesson for me from the story of Mareeba wasn't how incredibly strong these people were for holding on to their Islam for over 100 years, but rather the pain they endured along the way to get to where they are today. You see, hidden behind the charm of a Muslim community living out in the remote tropics was a deeply painful story of trauma, separation, and loss. And for all the happy moments I was capturing about those that held on to their faith, there were other stories hidden beneath of members of the community who had left along the way.
We had 3 of my family, of 4 actually, and their husbands or their wives left Islam.
And it was a warning that sent shockwaves throughout the community. The community had to quickly figure out what they were supposed to do to protect themselves from falling apart and losing their faith entirely. They began to quickly fortify their mosques with lessons, conduct weekly Islamic halaqat, and placed more attention on activities that actively preserved their faith in the community. The monthly barbecue soon became so much more than a community feed. It was a means of keeping the faith alive. So while we initially set out to capture a documentary that celebrated the 100-year-old history of this Muslim community, I was instead left with a sobering reminder of how hard it was going to be to hold on to my own Islam. I was left with the worries of how difficult it was going to be to protect my faith within my own family, my own children, and my own community, and all the layers of work that were required for us to ensure we protected our faith into the coming generations. I found myself reflecting on the story of Ibrahim in the Quran. You see, as soon as Ibrahim finished constructing the Kaaba, his first dua was to preserve Islam amongst his children and his entire progeny. رَبَّنَا وَجَعَلْنَا مُسْلِمَيْنِ لَكَ وَمِن ذُرِّيَّتِنَا أُمَّةً مُسْلِمَةً لَكَ. So today, as the community of Mareeba prepare themselves to build this school, which is the next stage in their 100-year-old story, I don't want you to see it as just a school. It's the next chapter in preserving the future of this community, ensuring Islam is carried forward to the next generation, ensuring that the sense of identity is fortified in the hearts of young children so they can carry it forward onto their children too, just as their parents and grandparents did over the past 100 years. May Allah bless the people of Mareeba and allow them to flourish for the next 100 years. And with your support, it can be achieved. Allah bless you all.